and 128, and the overseer was Zabdiel, the son of one of the great men, also of the Levites, Shemaiah, the son of Hashub, the son of Azikram, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Buni, and Shabbatai and Josabad of the chief of the Levites had the oversight of the outward business of the house of God. And Mattaniah, the son of Micah, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, was the principal to begin the thanksgiving in prayer. And Bakbukiah, the second among his brethren, and Abda, the son of Shammah, the son of Gala, the son of Jeduthun, all the Levites in the holy city were 200, fourscore and four. Moreover, the porters Akop, Talmon, their brethren that kept the gates were 172. And but the Netinim, Ophel, and Ziha and Gispa were over the Netinim. The overseer also of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzi, the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micah, of the sons of Asaph. The singers were over the business of the house of God, for it was the king's commandments concerning them that a certain portion should be for the singers, due for every day. And Pethahiah, the son of Meshezebil of the children of Zerah, the son of Judah, was at the king's hand in all matters concerning the people and for the villages with their fields. Some of the children of Judah dwelt at Gijeteba, and in the villages thereof, and at Dibon, and in the villages thereof, and at Jekabzil, and in the villages thereof, and at Jeshua, and at Molada, and at Beth Pelet, and at Hazushua, and at Beersheba, and in the villages thereof, and at Ziklag, and at Mekona, and in the villages thereof, and at Enrimon, and at Zerah, and at Jamoth, Zanua, Adullam, and in their villages, at Lachish, and the fields thereof, and at Azekah, and in the villages thereof, and they dwelt from Beersheba unto the valley of Hinnom. The children also of Benjamin from Geba dwelt at Michmash, and Ijah, and Bethel, and their villages, and at Anatot, Nob, and Anaiah, Hazorah, Gat, Gitiam, Hadid, Zebam, Nebalat, Lord, and Honor, the valley of craftsmen, and of the Levites were divisions in Judah and Benjamin. Chapter 12. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Seraiah, Jeremiah, Amariah, Maluk, Hatu, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremot, Ido, Gineto, Abijah, Miamin, Madiah, Biga, Shemaiah, and Joarib, Jediah, Salu, Ambok, Hikaiah, Jediah. These were the chief of the priests and of their brethren in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levite Jeshua, Binu, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, which was over the thanksgiving, he and Ananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, of Johanan, of Meluku, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adna, of Meriel, Tekai, of Ido, Zachariah, of Ginet's son, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zikri, of Miniamin, of Modiah, Pitai, of Bigal, Shammah, of Shemaiah, Johanatan, of Jarib, Mattaniah, of Jedidiah, Huzi, of Salai, Kelai, of Amokeba, of Ikaiah, Ashabiah, of Jedidiah, Nathaniel. The Levites in the days of Eliashib, Joada, and Johanan, and Jedua were recorded chief of the fathers. Also the praise to reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, the chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan, the son of Elisha, and the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua, the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren over against them to praise and to give thanks according to the commandment of David, the man of God, word over Ukaiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub, were porters keeping the word at the thresholds of the gate. These were in the days of Joachim, the son of Jeshua, the son of Josadak, and in the days of Nehemiah, the governor, and of Ezra, the priest, the scribe. And at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites out of all their places to bring them to Jerusalem, to keep the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgiving and with singing, with cymbals, psalteries, and with harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together, both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of Netophathi, also from the house of Gigal, and out of the fields of Geba and Asmavat, for the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites purified themselves and purified the people and the gates and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed 2 great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate, and after them went Hoshea and half of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, and Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah, and Benjamin, Shemaiah, and Jeremiah. And certain of the priests' sons with trumpets, namely Zachariah, the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zachor, the son of Asaph, and his brethren Shemaiah, and Azariah, Meliah, Geliah, Mai, Nathaniel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God, and Ezra, the scribe, before them. And at the fountain gate, which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the going up of the wall above the house of David, even unto the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks went over against them, and I after them, and the half of the people upon the wall, from beyond the tower of the furnaces even unto the broad wall, and from above the gates of Ephraim, and above the old gate, and above the fish gates, and the tower of Hananel, and the tower of Mir, even unto the sheep goats and the sheep gate. And they stood still in the praising gate. So stood the 2 companies of them that gave thanks in the house of God, and I and the half of the rulers with me. And the priest Eliakim, Messiah, Miniamin, Ikaiah, Elionel, Zechariah, and Ananiah with trumpets, and Messiah, and Shemaiah, and Eleazar, and Uzi, and Johanan, and Makijah, and Elam, and Ezra, and the singers sang loud, with Jezrahiah their overseer. Also that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. And at that time were some appointed over the chambers for the treasures, for the offerings, for the first fruit, and for the tithes, to gather into them out of the field of the city the portions of the law for the priest and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priest and for the Levite that waited, and both the singers and the porters kept the word of their God and the word of the purification, according to the commandments of David and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph of old, they were chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving unto God. And all Israel in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah, I gave the portions of the singers and the porters every day his portion, and they sanctified holy things unto the Levites. And the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. Chapter 13. On that day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonites and the Moabites should not come into the congregation of God forever, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they heard the Lord, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude, and before this Eliashib the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah, and they had prepared for him a great chamber, where aforetime they laid the meat offering, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and to the singers, and to the porters, and the offerings of the praise. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem. For in the 32nd day of Artaxerxes king of Babylon came I unto the king, and after certain days obtained I leave of the king. And I came to Jerusalem, and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah in preparing him a chamber in the court of the house of God. And it grieved me sore, therefore I cast forth all the household stuff of Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and he cleansed the chambers, and did I brought I again the vessels of the house of God with the meat offering and the frankincense. And I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given them. For the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled every one to his field. Then considered I with the rulers, and said, why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together and set them in their place. Then brought all Judah the tithes of the corn and the new wine and the oil unto the treasuries. And I made treasurers over the treasuries, Shemaiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levite Pedaiah, and next to them was Hanan the son of Zaccur, the son of Mattaniah, for they were counted faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren. Remember me, O Lord, concerning this, and wipe not my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the offices thereof. And in those days saw I in Judah some trading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and laden asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. They dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of wine, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contented with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, what evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers those, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon the city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. I came to the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, that the gate should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gate, that they should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath. They saw the merchants and sellers of all kinds of well lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. And I testified against them, and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? Do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came then no more on the Sabbath. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and they should come and keep the gate to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. In those days also
Hallelujah.
did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by distance? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women caused to sin. Shall we then? And one of the sons of Joadah, the son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood and the covenants of the priesthood and of the Levites. Thus cleansed I them from all strangers, and appointed the words of the priests and the Levites, every one in his business. And for the wood offering at times appointed, and for the first fruits, remember me, O my God, for good. The book of Esther, chapter 1. And now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is her from India, unto Ethiopia over 107 and 20 provinces. That in those days when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and the princes of provinces being with him, when he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white, green, and blue hands fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the states of the king. And the drinking was according to the law, none did compel. For so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehum and Biztha, Habona, Bigtha, Bagata, Abagtha, Zethar, Kakas, the 7 Chabelians that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king, with the crown royal, to shew the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandments by his Chabelians. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. And the next unto him was Kashena, Shetha, Admatha, Tashish, Meris, Masena, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law? Because she had not performed the commandments of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen has not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this of the queen shall come abroad unto all men, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes. When it shall be reported, the king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written from among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it not altered, that Vashti come no more before king Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another. And let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall be given to their husbands, honor both to great and small. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan, for he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. Chapter 2. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king, and let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of Hegai the king's Chabelian, keeper of the women, and let their things be for purification be given them, and let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so. Now in Shushan the palace there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been carried away from Jerusalem with a captivity which had been carried away from Jeconiah king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away. And they brought up Hadassah, that is Esther his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, that when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Hegai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Hegai, keeper of the women. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens which were made to be given her out of the king's house. Esther had not shewed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she did not come to go into King Ahasuerus, after that she had been made. She had been 12 months, according to the manner of the woman, for so were the days of their purifications accomplished, to wait 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women. Then thus came every maiden unto the king, whatsoever house of the women unto the king's house. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shagaz, the king's chamberlain, which kept the king. Now when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what Hegai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked upon her. So Esther was taken unto King Ahasuerus into his into his house royal in the 10th month, which is the month Tebet, in the 7th year of his reign. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. Then the king made a great feast unto all the princes and the servants, even Esther's feast. And he made a release to the provinces and gave gifts according to the our people, as Mordecai had charged her, for Esther did the commandments. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai, like as when she was brought up with him in those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate. Two of the king's Chabelians, Bigtan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wrote and sought to lay hand on the king Ahasuerus. And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen, and Esther certified the king thereof in Mordecai's name. And when inquisition was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore they were both hanged on a tree, and it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king. Chapter 3. After these things, the king Ahasuerus promoted Haman the son of Hammedatha, the Agagites, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. And then the king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, that he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. The first month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast Paul, that is the Lord, before Haman from day to day, and from month to month, the 12th month to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's law. Therefore it is not for the king's prophets to suffer them. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be